Hey guys, this is Justine from Wellness in Motion Boston. Wanted to bring you some hip stretches today that can be helpful during pregnancy and even just in everyday life. You might have seen some of these before, but they can really help feel like you're opening the hips up and of course only to its level of comfort for you. So I always like to start with one, since I'm sitting right here, I'll just back up so you can see my legs a little bit better, but the butterfly stretch. It seems as simple as can be. You know, your feet together, let your knees fall. You can see one side is more flexible than the other with how low my legs will naturally go. But here's a nice place to even do a couple of those belly breaths or diaphragm breaths to feel the core expand. You might not feel too much of a stretch here unless your hips are really tight or your inner thighs are really tight. So sometimes I like to add a little gentle overpressure with a gentle twist. When you're not pregnant, it's easier to kind of go crazy with the push, but I'm not trying to be fuller rotation in here. And of course, the sister stretch to that is leaving legs wide open in kind of a position where you can kind of play with your feet as well, where you're pointing and flexing, which kind of helps loosen up some of the calves, because we know calves get really tight during pregnancy and running and everything else. And if you add just a little rock of the hips forward, you can get a nice little stretch. This one's a little deeper, and you can come back. Of course, there's much harder variants to this. I'm always happy to go into at another time if needed. But I want to make sure I bring the basics first. And then so a nice yoga pose. Everyone's usual favorite happy pose in yoga is happy baby, which we lie on our back. Of course, if lying on your back is not comfortable, you can always omit this one or lie on something angled. And pretty much in this position, you keep your back nice and flat. You let your legs kind of splay open a little bit, and you can kind of reach for your feet. And you can kind of play with how it feels. You can reach for the inner feet, the outer feet, whatever is most comfortable. Some people will add that little rock. But you can really feel that stretch through the inner hip and thigh. Perfect. And of course, this is also a birthing position, so it's always a good one to show, but a deep squat. And so it's like, I know we've done some sumo squats and things like that, but this is just, if you're already in this lower position, you can kind of find your way. I'm gonna try and make sure my feet are showing in here. And you're just, if it's not this comfortable to be this far down, you can always be in this position. You can add some twists, widen the stance to get that hip stretch. But if it's comfortable to go all the ways down into yogi squat, it's kind of a relaxing pose when it's comfortable here. And so you can put your hands in a prayer position, or you can just use your arms to kind of get a little extra stretch in here. This is a great place to be, to just stretch it out, relax, breathe a little bit. So I hope that those stretches help you out with some of these aches and pains you're having with your hips, and I'll see you again next time.